You're here because you've been thinking about or have thought about buying a franchise. But did you know there are over 4,000 franchise concepts that you can choose from? How do you find the one that's a perfect fit for you? Hi, I'm Stacy Riska.
Hi, I'm Dave Riska.
Dave, most people we talk to, they're either in a job or they're in transition, and they're really just looking for their next. What are the different paths that they can take?
Stacy, really good question. So if you're in transition, there's really 4 options that you have. Option number 1 is to either stay in the current job you have or look for a new job. Option number 2 is to start a business from scratch. Option number 3 is to buy a business, an existing business. And option number 4 is to acquire a franchise. Now, each of these have pros and cons, which we'd love to go through today. It would be far too long. If you're interested, check out our seminar on going from employee to entrepreneur. All right, so Stacy, those are the 4 paths that we see you can take if you're in transition. So why don't you tell our audience a little bit about our experience in all 4 of these paths in our past?
Yep, you're right, Dave. We've been down all of these 4 paths. You and I have both had a job. We both started a business from scratch. We bought businesses along the way. We sold it, and we bought a franchise. Now, out of all those 4 options, we can tell you wholeheartedly that option number 4, investing in a franchise, is absolutely the best option. We still own and run our franchise today, which we've been running for the past 16 years. What made this franchise such a great fit for us was actually working with someone who does what we do today, who took the time to ask us really great questions, understand our why, our skills, our interests, our resources, and our passion. And interestingly enough, matched us to a Hawaiian-themed coffee smoothie business. We never would have known about this concept had we not worked with a franchise placement specialist. Dave, someone who's looking or thinking about buying a franchise will probably just want to go online, start typing in, and looking at different franchise concepts. What are your thoughts on that?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You will get completely overwhelmed. There are over 4,000 franchise concepts out there today to choose from. And number 1 is, you really may not know what you really do want, and you'll search for things just based on what you have seen in your past, and it may or may not be the best fit for you. And most importantly, you'll go online and you'll start filling out all these forms. And number 1, most of the franchisors won't even get back to you because they get so many online forms submitted. They know nothing about you. They don't have any clue whether or not you're qualified or not. And the ones that do get back to you, you'll get flooded with questions from multiple of them at the same time. So we highly encourage you to not start your search for franchises online.
There's really 10 different reasons why someone should consider working with us. I kind of feel like David Letterman here. Reason number 1 is we get them. We get you, somebody in career transition who wants to own their own business. David shared with you the 4 different paths that you can take. We've been down all 4 of them ourselves. Reason number 2, we're transparent. Look, we're going to share with you the good, the bad, the ugly on all 4 paths because we've been there, done that. Reason number 3 is we take the time to understand you, but more importantly, your why. If you're going to put your hard-earned money and invest it into a business, we want to make sure that we find you a great fit that can help you achieve your why. Reason number 4 is we're not salespeople. Dave and I, we are your coach, your mentor. We are here to educate you and guide you along the journey of learning about franchising. Reason number 5 is we take the time in learning about you to make sure that we're only matching you to franchises that make sense, that would be a good fit based on your skills, your interests, your resources, and your passion. Reason number 6 is we get a front of the line pass to the franchise concepts that we introduce you to. So as Dave said, if you're going to go online and just fill out a bunch of forms, those franchises, they don't want to talk to you. With us, you get a front of the line pass, an introduction, and we're going to stick with you all through your journey. Reason number 7 is as you're in the process of talking to different franchises, we're not just going to hand you off. We're going to guide you along the way and let you know what kind of questions that you should be asking, as well as helping you understand the feedback that you're getting from the franchise concepts. Reason number 8. So as you're going through this process, you're going to have questions. You may feel overwhelmed, and honestly, you just may want to stop because there is a 4-letter word called fear. Well, Dave and I, we're not going to let you get stuck. We're going to make sure that you get your questions answered. We're going to make sure that you understand where you are in the process, how to understand and ensure that the franchise you want to move forward with will be a good fit for you. Reason number 9, it doesn't cost you anything to work with us. Dave and I, we ultimately get paid by the franchise concept when we make a perfect match. Have you ever worked with a realtor? A realtor takes the time to ask you questions about what kind of home you may want to buy. How many bedrooms? Do you want to live in the city, the country, the mountains? Because they're only going to show you homes that fit your criteria. Well, we do the same with franchising. We're only going to match you to franchise concepts that ultimately are a good fit. And as we said, we get paid by the franchise concept when there is a successful match. But ultimately, you're driving the car, so to speak. You decide when, where, and what franchise concept you want to move forward with. And reason 10, best of all, we're just really cool. Dave and I are a husband-wife team. We've been married over 31 years, working together for 21 years. And hey, we get it. Many people who go into franchising are husband-wife teams. So whether you want to work directly with Dave, you want to talk to me, or talk to both of us, we are here to help you get to your next level.
So Stacy, I'm going to add a bonus, number 11. We are not going to show you and talk to you only about rainbows and unicorns. We're not going to show you fancy cars and fancy houses. We are going to be honest with you and give you feedback that may be considered tough love.
Yeah, tough love. Got to have some of that too sometimes.
So I know you're probably still wondering how we get paid. As Stacy said, we work a lot like realtors. And the franchise industry is a heavily regulated industry by the FTC. We follow the strictest guidelines for ethics. We are members of IFPG in good standing, and we're constantly updating and maintaining ongoing training so that we can provide you only with the best information to help you make the best decision. All right, Stacy, so we've reached the point where you're probably here wondering what the journey might look like in working with us and helping you find a great franchise for you. So Stacy, why don't you give them what that journey might look like?
Great. Well, thanks, Dave. So consider that you're going to explore franchising. We're going to go on a road trip together. Now, do you just get in your car and drive? You might end up somewhere, but you may not be happy with the destination. And that's why Dave and I have created our own proprietary franchise roadmap system. So franchise is an acronym that describes the journey, the roadmap that we're going to go along together. So let me share with you what that acronym stands for. The F is about finding out your skills, your interests, your resources, and your passion. The R is for then reviewing different franchise concepts that match. The A is then acquainting yourself with the different franchise concepts. The N is for notes and taking lots of them because you're going to be having discussions with different franchise concepts, and we want to make sure that you don't miss or forget anything. C is for comparing the different options. We're going to help you winnow this down to 3 different choices, and then we're going to compare the options between them. Then H, we're going to hunker down, because at this time, you're going to get a document called the FDD, the Franchise Disclosure Document. And so you're going to want to hunker down and really understand the 23 different areas of that document. I is for investment. We're going to work with you to make sure that you have your funding in place. And we have many great partners that we work with in this regard. The S is for getting serious. At this point, you're doing your validation, you're talking to other franchisees who are in the system that you're thinking about moving forward with, and you're about to make a go decision. And finally, E is for the executive interview. This is the opportunity for you to really meet usually with the founder of the franchise, and at that point, you will be asked to make a go or no-go decision and sign the franchise agreement. So that is our roadmap to helping you from where you are now to having your own franchise business so that you can get to your next level. All right, Dave, people probably want to know what's next. If you would like to further discuss franchising and see if it could be a great opportunity to help you get to your next level, then go ahead and grab a day and time on our calendar for a complimentary 15-minute virtual coffee. You can choose to meet with either me, with just Dave, or with both of us. We choose both of us. But either way, we're here to help you get to your next level.